Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Eorzean Report. My name is Violet, and I'll be one of your two lovely hosts as I sit upon my throne of minions and mounts, telling you all about all the lovelies coming.
And
My
I
other
am
friend and host is.
I am Houka, the Allison voidsent of wealth and taste. I may have stolen many a man's in female soul and faith, but you can't prove anything at all, at all.
Ever!
Nope,
Anyway.
nope, never.
Okay,
Anyways,
we're going to be talking about the new live letter 91. This is part one of the live letter 91 that is going to be coming out right before North American Fanfest.
wait.
Um,
Let's say it louder to the people in the back. This is part one.
right,
So-
part one. Like, if it wasn't mentioned here, it doesn't mean it isn't going to be mentioned in part two, although part two is going to be more explanation of what's going on. 7.5 is going to be a big, long patch. Like, we're starting it from the 28th of April, right after North American Fan Fest, and then it is going to be going all the way until October. We're going to be hitting 7.56 is going to be coming in early September. Whoop whoop. And then we're going to be sitting on 7.56 until 8.0 comes out.
Oh my goodness.
I
It's
know.
getting
It's so
closer.
it feels like it's gonna happen tomorrow. It's like, oh my
I
god, I gotta
know.
run around, get all my stuff, and like put it all together.
Oh my god, I still have so much to do. So much to do and
Speaking of
8.0 is almost here.
right, okay. So speaking of stuff to do, let's do a brief like overview of the stuff from 7.4. We got the end of the raid series, right?
Yes.
Our Arcadian is now done, story is done, Savage is out, and it
So
is
good.
so good, so much
So
fun.
good.
We also just recently got, as the end of our 7.4 patch cycle, we got Tale of the Merchant variant dungeon, variant and criterion. I finished all of the variants for the normal. I have not done the advanced or the criterion yet. Looking forward to doing that soon. Um, but it is also excellent. Had a lot of fun with that. I really do wish that they could figure out how to get their rewards kind of handled a little bit better, because it's been a little awkward as per usual. But I don't think we're ever going to convince them to not have like the consumable ribbons or whatever drop as your consolation prize. But let me tell you, I have got a stack of ribbons and I've only gotten like a couple of minions, and it feels bad, man. It
I
feels bad. Like I want the cool stuff, but all right, it's still fun to do the fights, so I'll keep doing it.
so yeah, I've only done 3 paths, maybe 4, but each time I
Okay.
go in there I keep on getting the people wanting to do the last path, which is like,
Yeah.
okay, I still need to do 1 through 8, but oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we have unfortunately dubbed the hidden path the 13th reason why,
Yeah.
because of some certain mechanics we won't spoil, but let's just say it is a very good time. However, yes, it is the special hidden path. Don't focus on that one entirely. Go do all the other paths. Once you have done all of the end bosses for each one of the path lines, which there's only like a go straight, go east, or go left, go right. And once you've done those last bosses, that's when the advanced version will unlock. And once you have gone through the advanced and done all 3 bosses in the advanced, then the criterion will unlock.
Okay.
So that's how that unlock cycle works. There is a new it starts out, of course, with the Corvosi potsherds, which is what you get to be able to buy what is, quite frankly, two of the coolest glam sets, because you don't just get one glam set this time, you get two.
I see.
Um,
I've seen. Oh, who was it? I've seen people wear that around, and I'm thinking in my head, I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. But I really,
yes, you do.
really
You
need it. I
absolutely
do
need this.
need it.
It's
I
important.
do
You
need
have to
it.
get
I need it in
it.
ruby red. I need this in hot pink. I need this in
Oh,
ruby red.
here's the best part for you, Hookah. One of the sets comes in ruby red already,
Oh
so
my
you
goodness!
don't even
Really?
have to dye it.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes.
So save that dye, because, we'll be talking about how that's important later. But, okay, so Merchant's Tale, absolutely fantastic. You get brass coins, I think they are, but that's the next currency that you have. There's another set of, like, minions and mounts and things that you can get out of the next set, and then there's gonna be another currency from doing the criterion that allows you to get things there. But to be fair, there's not a lot of reason. If the only reason you do stuff is because you're gonna get stuff out of it, there's not a lot of reason to do the criterion version of this
Mm,
thing, which does kind of suck. Personally, I do it for the fun of the game, yo. So I'm just want to at least do it a few times to just see if I can do it. But the especially now that you don't have to worry about trying to get through a ton of trash mobs or anything. It's just boss, boss, boss. Done.
I think that's
So,
the my favorite thing about this being variant dungeon
yeah.
this time around. The mobs, the 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 fights in between one boss to another is not that long. Like I really love that a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, there's a lot more dialogue into it, a lot more
Mhm.
history when you go to different paths and whatnot, which I really really love. But yeah, the all the boss fights that I faced so far have been some of my favorite fights in this
Oh,
game
yeah.
so far.
They're
The me-
so fun. They're so pretty.
they are,
Like, they're so great.
and some of
One
the
of the things
mechanics.
that I will
I'm sorry, like just some of the mechanics in those fights, it just blows my mind. I'm like, wow, all right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're a lot of fun to figure out, but they're not too difficult to figure out. It's just once you've done them a few times, then you get it down, you know what's up, it's not a big deal. But one of the things that I found, truly interesting is that okay, so we're following a pattern here for those people who happen to be lore fiends. I am spoiling nothing. I just wanna say that if you like lore, one of the things that we did in Endwalker with the variant dungeons is the last one that came out, Aloe Aloe Island, happened to mention quite a few things in that particular last dungeon that pertained to things in Dawntrail. So if we're following that, this is going to be the variant dungeon that's coming out. There are a lot of stories in here that happen to pertain to an area that we've not been to yet,
Ooh,
but was mentioned. So if you're a lore hound, get on it. Variant dungeon is going to be super fun for you.
yeah, I need
Um
to get on that.
Okay, so that's kind of the recap of that. We of course had the explosion in glam because we've, been able to enjoy all the glams, all the places, all the time.
Yes.
We are now have had announced that we are going to get our systems even further upgraded. They mentioned that 8.0 is going to be the customization expansion. I believe it. Like I fully believe it now. I'm on board. I'm a believer because the next thing that was announced was that we are now going to get a separation in like we've had two objects that we deal with for our glams, right? We
Mm-hmm.
have our glam chest, which is where we create our glam plates and actually put together outfits and everything. And then we have the armoire. The armoire has been very limited to just the level 50 job gear, and the items that you get from seasonal events, and now it has expanded to the things that you can get from the Mog Station or from the online store. We're getting an even further expansion of the armoire, so now all of the gear that you get from the 7.0 dungeons can, as well as all of the job gear from Dawntrail, all of the 7.0 actual like armor gear can now be placed in the armoire.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Like, you have no idea
Oh
how
yeah.
huge that is.
They've also announced that they're going to be taking the artifact gear and the job gear, as well as all of the armor, and they're going to be working their way back through all of the dungeons and adding that to the armoire system. So we will now have an armoire for our armory, and we will have a glam chest for our glam outfits. And quite frankly, I think that is a perfect solution.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. That when they mentioned that, like, I think you can hear people just screaming hallelujah.
Oh yeah. I'm truly okay, and then along with that, just to okay, so I got some bad news for all the people who have been buying dyes and selling them on the market board to lazy people who won't go buy them from the dye monger. They're doing a massive overhaul of the dye system.
Oh, yeah. I want to thank all the people that bought dye from me recently. I have retired that for about weeks now, and so thank you for your patronages. Yeah. And yeah, I probably won't be selling any more dye in the near future.
Me over here actually having to sell real things because I
Whoa,
refuse.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh,
I sell real things too. I just so happen to sell
uh,
some dye on the side. So
yeah, well, I know about your side hustles. Anyway, so okay, so the new die system is essentially they're going to take all of the dies from ARR, which is 85 dies. That's a lot.
that is
With and they are going to combine them into one die item. So don't get rid of the dies that you have. If you, like me, have a massive backlog of dies to make sure that you can dye everything exactly the way you like it, make sure you keep hold of them because you'll be able to turn them into the Calamity Salvager, who much with the faceware items
hmm
will be able to convert them into, I think they're calling it die item one, the A type die.
gotcha.
And that if you apply the A type die, then it will give you the option to apply one of the 85 different colors. So that's collapsing a lot of space. I'm regaining a lot of space in my chocobo saddlebag for that. Bless you, Yoshi P. I'm very happy.
I mean,
um,
it seems like they're doing a lot of quality life with the dye system, with
oh
the
yeah.
glam and armor system as well, which is like
Mhm.
huge for
I'm
those like that deals with a lot of glam and whatnot. So this
oh
is gonna
yeah.
be huge for everyone in that
Oh,
type
I
of
think
round.
so, yeah. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be one of those things where it's gonna feel like a massive quality of life upgrade, and as soon as we get it, we're gonna feel like, "Why haven't we had this the whole time?" Because well, they did it this
You mean
isn't
like
the first.
the repair all button that just
Oh my
recently
god!
you
That
mean
one
that button?
little thing.
Oh my, that's such a
Ah!
time saver. Just hit that button and it will just do it for you. Oh my
Bam.
goodness, where
Yep.
was this the entire time? The
I
repair all
know,
button.
right? Now I just need a like a move everything for the FC chest. like we have for retainers. Once I get that, then I'll be ecstatic. But all right, so moving on, there's a little bit more about dies because we're not just talking about their base dies, quote unquote. We've also got the Ishgordian restoration dies, which are now becoming, I think, like die B.
Hmm.
And then for C, we're getting all of the things from Cosmo, or for cosmic exploration. So cosmic exploration, we're gonna get all of those neon dyes and all those base dyes that came out. The metallic and pastel dyes, however, and the jet black and the pure white, all of those things are going to be kept separate, and they will be individual dyes.
Yeah, so I like that part because it's like there's a lot of people that still buy the dice for the mod station, so I'm glad they're keeping that separate and not lumping them
You can
into.
just use my name. It's fine. Yes, I buy dye, okay? Yes,
I
I'm
was
paying
not
for
gonna
the
go
next.
there. Not gonna go there
Oh, I
at
will.
all.
It's fine. Like, I even encourage birthday presents in the form of dye.
Jet black, I'm assuming.
Oh, of course, of course. Occasionally a little pure white because you never know. But anyway, so yeah, that they are keeping it separate enough, and I think that's a good move. And I this isn't the first time that they've done this consolidation move, because I don't know how many people are aware. Little little side thing. If you go and you do the glam quest to unlock your glam chest and to use glamour prisms, back in the day, there used to be glamour prisms for each type of item. So you know how when you repair certain items, they have a certain job that they are associated with for crafting to be able to repair them?
Yes.
Well, that used to be the job that you had to have to make a glamour prism to be able to put your items that were repaired that way into your glamour chest.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that I
so
didn't
it
know.
was super specific. And there's still to this day a way to turn in your old, like if you have still got the original glamour prisms from way, way back in the day, you can turn them in for generic glamour prisms.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it used to be almost entirely tied to the crafting and gathering system, or to the crafting system. So they split that off and they just came up with the generic glamour prism, which was quite frankly a much better idea. And I am wholeheartedly like in favor of that. And I think that the die system will wind up being a much better way. And honestly, the fact that they're able to show that they can consolidate it to an item, I think means that we could even potentially see pushing into the future of potentially having more die channels more easily accessible for people. Because one of the big things that came up with the die channel expansion and having more die channels on items is that's also more opportunity for you to essentially wind up having to spend a lot of gil on more uh expensive die,
Yes.
right? So now that we're kind of moving in a good direction for that. So
Yeah.
that's just some base quality of life stuff. Real quick to touch on the stuff that we don't talk about, which is the MSQ. There is going to be new MSQ in 7.5. 7.5, by the way, to remind people, is coming out after North American Fan Fest. It is coming out on the 28th of April. So end of April.
Yeah. So when most people are flying home from
Right.
FanFest and whatnot, so because
So the first thing you're going to come home to is having to update your game.
pretty much because my flight is all over the place and whatnot.
Oof.
So yeah, it's that yeah. This, I'm hoping to pull some strings and whatnot when the time comes. But I'm just really excited for FanFest.
I know the HJP excitement for FanFest is palpable. Everybody's like got their like accommodations all handled, and people have gotten their flights, and like everybody's like just
Yeah.
chomping at the bit. It's like
Hold on.
what,
Wait. Speaking
3
of
weeks
flights,
away now?
5 weeks now.
5
Yeah.
weeks. Okay.
So yeah, speaking of that, like flights and stuff, like just seeing the time frame of people buying their flights and everything is like, yeah, don't don't expect to tell me how expensive they are when we're about almost a month out to it.
Yeah, yeah, this is literally we're hitting like last minute. Y'all should already had your stuff. Y'all should all be ready to go. Like, I am going to be watching from the comfort of my home cuz streaming is a thing and I am all about it. Yay.
Yay!
All right.
Hopefully
So,
you'll be able to see some of us on camera. Maybe, who
oh, that would
knows?
be so fun. That would
Who
be so
knows?
fun. All right. So the new we didn't get to see a trailer cuz that's coming in part 2.
Yes.
So Trail to the Heavens. And I'm going to be honest with you, Yoshi P had like a little banter bit here that was hilarious. It's like Trail to the Heavens, is everyone going to die? And I was just like, ha, 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 ha. No. Please no.
It's like,
However,
why you tease that now? Why would you
let's
even joke about
go.
that at all? We already
Oh
have
my god.
some people already died and come
Yeah.
back, and then
Ooh.
some. But it's like, you better
Yeah,
not
yeah.
make
No
this into a
spoilers, no
permanent thing.
spoilers, no spoilers. However, the new JP title, just to give a little bit more explanation of where they're going, does translate into the path going beyond or the path to the going the distance. So that sounds a little less ominous.
I know, right? Jeez,
Why does everything in English have to sound so ominous?
you tell me.
I don't know. English just be that language, I guess.
uh,
All right. So part 1, 7.5 is going to be scheduled for April 28th. Part 2 um is of the MSQ is scheduled for early September. So when we start getting into our last patch. The patch schedule, which they did show in the live letter, I'm going to mention it now. Is going to be 424 to 425 is the Fanfest. And then right after that, 3 days later, we get 428 patch 7.5. Thus begins the great roller coaster to the end. Starting in early June, we're gonna hit patch 7.51. And then 7.55 is coming late July. So pretty rapid fire actually.
yeah,
Um, and that's going to be right after the EU Fan Fest, which is July 25th, 26th. We're then going to get, we're going to have the rest of the summer into early fall. Early September, we get patch 7.56, and then that's the last patch before 8.0.
yes.
Japan Fan Fest isn't until October 31st through November 1st. So we're going to have a Halloween Fan Fest. Hopefully that means lots of cosplay. I am so excited about Japan cosplay. I love it every year. It's my favorite cosplay event. So that's how we've got the schedule coming out. Most of that is just showing the main scenario. We don't get into those storylines. We are going to get a capstone quest for allied societies for Dawntrail. So if you have not done your Dawntrail allied societies and you want to do that on content, you might want to get on it.
I am working on two of them. No, wait, hold on. Two of them are at max. I'm working on the
Okay.
third one, which is the we've talked about this, like
Oh
off
yeah.
off podcast, the quote unquote boring one.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I've completed all of them. But I will say that this is content that will sit in the game long term. You don't really have to feel like you do it on content or anything like that. I like to do it on content because it's fun to not be spoiled because there's usually like a cute little story ending. So if that's something you care about, you might want to get on that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right. So
I
then
yeah, I just need to buckle down. I'm like, all right, let me just do this for the day and then get it done and over with.
and then we have the finale of the inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures.
Yay! The real MSQ.
The true MSQ. I have been enjoying this Hildebrand so
Oh,
much. It is so
it's
fun.
so good.
This last bit that came out, chef's kiss. All right, we're not going to
Yes.
go any further into that.
No.
So then we're going to get new custom deliveries from Tisol Ya. And that's gonna be in I they haven't got any details on it, but it is Mamulja custom deliveries. So we'll see how that plays out when it comes out.
So are we just
Duty
gonna be?
support.
So we're just gonna be like delivering tacos and whatnot, or like, what's the deal?
You know what? I don't know, but if lady would like tacos, I'm down for tacos.
So we're just gonna run
So
for the
we'll see.
border and get some tacos or something, or
Something like that. We'll find out. All right. So now we're going to get our duty support updates. What's to come in 7.5. We've got Dusk Vigil and Shisui of the Violet Tides are both getting duty support. So the of course we get the dreaded reduced mechanical difficulty with duty support because they had to. They had to.
oh,
They
oh,
had
I'm
to,
sorry. Was
Houka.
that loud?
So we want solo players to be able to enjoy the content, but we're being careful not to take away too much from mechanics and gimmicks, says Yoshi P. You know what? I'll be the judge of that, Yoshi P. So far I have not been an enjoyer of a lot of the mechanical difficulty changes. I don't hate it, but it's one of those things where even though these are some of not these two, well, Dust Vigil, yes, but She Sweet the Violet Tides, I really like that dungeon. It's
That
actually
dungeon's
one of
really
my
good.
favorites. It's really good. And I'm kind of scared because there are some others that even though I would have listed them as definitely one of what my most annoying, like every single time I get into Zamiel Darkhold, it's not necessarily me like, yay, it's Zamiel. It's very much a, oh God, Zamiel.
I know, right?
And Orem Vale, same. Like, oh God. Like, I have entered Orem Vale fully with everyone in the chat, like, oh no!
What was that one that
and
we? What was that one dungeon we ran? That we ran in together, and we were like, "This changed a
yeah,
lot."
that was Zamiel. It
Okay,
was
that was a
Zamiel
new. Okay,
Darkhold. Yeah. Zamiel Darkhold, they made significant changes to it, which I kind of understand. It was kind of a carryover from 1.0 a little bit. So it had some very funky mechanics. They didn't remove everything and they didn't remove every pain point, which was kind of nice. But at the same time, like that first boss was significantly changed. And
oh yeah.
I kind of hated having nostalgia for the annoying boss, you know?
I do too because like they were fun fights, especially during that time, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
completely rework it to. Mm,
Well, you learn the weird mechanics and then you wind up feeling kind of proud of yourself that you found out how to like deal with the weird mechanics, you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
And then they take the weird mechanics away and you're just like, "Oh, where did they go?
I
Where
know.
where did where did my weird mechanics go?"
They
Yeah,
disappeared. They
so
took it away from
yeah,
us.
they took it away. But yeah, so we'll see what kind of we will see what kind of changes that turns into. I have a theory. I have a theory. We'll go over it a little bit, but I have a theory about these changes to dungeons.
Is it a
But
game theory?
it might be a game theory. Hey, anyway. All right, so we are also getting some PvP updates. PvP Series 11 is going to begin, so that means that we're going to need to get on that PvP if you have not finished your PvP series. So I
I
am
got my mount.
behind. I have been slacking.
I got my mount. I'm happy.
Yay.
I got my mount.
Yep. All right, so we're also going to get some PvP action adjustments. We're going to get a new Crystalline Conflict arena. This thing looks cool.
It
I'm gonna
does.
be for real with you because it is very Google library coded. I am very into it.
Is this the first one that's like fought indoors?
It's not the first one that's fully indoors because we did have the one that was I can't remember the name. The Clockwork Town, I think it
Oh,
is.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. But this one is very like it's so very pretty. It looks very much like the Google library, and I'm
Yes.
so into it. Um, there's gonna be, specific line of sight cuts. That looks really fun to fight through. I love Crystalline Conflict. It's actually one of my like guilty pleasures in this game. I love that you can take people with you now into casual, and I want so badly to like take people with me and go do it. So fun. Um, we've got the new dungeon that's going to be coming out for MSQ. So we've got at least one new dungeon. Uh the pronunciation of this dungeon has been apparently a point of contention on the internet.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna go there, and I'm not gonna do. I no.
Let's just say there might be some male gamers that will have a little difficulty finding it, but it's okay. We'll help them
Oh
out.
my god.
Um,
Oh boy. I'm. You know what? No, no. I no. That's not what my
I'm
wife
gonna
tells
leave
me.
it to
Anyways,
the Clitium, apparently, for anybody who's
is
wondering
that
what
how
it
you pronounce it? I've
it's
heard
the
so many.
Clitium. It's supposed to be, Latin adjacent, so Clitium, would be the pronunciation that I would go with,
Yeah.
having my 2 semesters of Latin somewhere in my far-flung past.
I've heard
Um
so many different pronunciation of it. I'm like, wow, we're just gonna,
Yup,
yeah.
yep, yep. It is a 17 and up game, y'all. Anyway.
But I
And
do
then, of
like,
course, we have our go ahead.
I do like the setting of this. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm looking forward to the setting and how this dungeon is gonna play out. So
Yeah, it is very much that we are, well, we're going back to Garlemald, y'all. Uh, so I hope you got your snow boots on for that one. All right, so now we're gonna get into the last 24 man for Dawntrail. I don't know how many people have been getting into it. I did not play 11. So this is not a nostalgia point for me, but I know a lot of people who did play 11 who are big into the nostalgia trip that they have been on with the 24 mans, and they have all been very happy with it. And for anybody who has played uh I mean, who might be perhaps a black mage enjoyer, this might be perhaps the one that you want to definitely work towards because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
yes, exactly. I didn't play 11. I know friends that played 11, and I've watched them play 11. I have gone and read or not read, watched videos of the story of 11, and one
Yeah,
particular character from 11 has appeared in Final Fantasy. Wow, I can talk today. In Final Fantasy Dissidia.
right,
So that's where I know one particular character came from 11. So I'm
right.
looking forward to it. I've been happy with the raid series. Granted, I've never really played 11, but I've been loving
Right.
the fights and
The
just
mechanics
the
are
mechanics.
so fun. The
Yes.
fights are just they are still to this day, even in the first one, even though we get enough DPS that we can skip a lot of mechanics, it's still difficult. It still actually has some challenge to it, which is
Yeah.
nice. The of course, the third one's gonna be called Echoes of Vana'diel Part 3, Windhurst the Third Walk. I don't know if that means anything to you. It doesn't mean anything to me. It just
No.
means a good time because 'cause I'm gonna
Yes.
go and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy it. So,
Same here.
yeah. Then we're gonna get another trial. Inuo. Again, this is apparently a monster that people are familiar with. I don't know. So I
So
get to be surprised and just enjoy.
so this trial, this particular boss is from Final Fantasy V. Now,
Okay.
have I ever played and beaten 5? No, because during that time 5 wasn't really available to play. And I know
Right.
since then it's been available to play, and I've not reached out,
Right.
gone and purchased to play it. But I know this particular one is from 5 because I've had a buddy of mine who has played 5 show me
Uh-huh.
this fight, and I'm sitting looking at him like, "Are you kidding me with this right now?"
Right? Okay. All right. So that gives me a lot of hope. I'm really interested in that. Doom Train, which was the last patches trial that came out. I had a blast with that. So, I am very much looking forward to that. Okay, so now the Unreal trial for people who are interested in doing the Unreals, is we're moving on from Tsukiyomi's Pain to Shinryu's Domain.
Do they hate us or
This
something?
trial this trial has in its like normal and extreme mode has an absolute like love you either love it or you hate it. And there are a lot of people who hate it who still love it. So it's because it is wild, it has a lot of crazy mechanics, it's actually an MSQ trial, and the extreme version is used as a trial run for a lot of Ultimate Raiders. So that one's gonna be fun. That one's
Yeah,
gonna be fun. There has been a lot of speculation on the DPS check and whether or not people are gonna be able to meet it that easily. And seeing as how every single Unreal is synced down to the eye level of the base expansion, it's gonna be tough, y'all.
ooh,
It's gonna be tough.
fun times indeed.
Oh, yeah, and then, of course, we got there's an ultimate. There is going to be an ultimate, so if you were sitting here waiting, like, on, your fingernails all gripped and waiting for the ult there's gonna be one. We know nothing about it, other than there will be one. It is probably gonna be announced at North American Fan Fest.
Let it be near. Please let it be near. For the
Okay,
love of
so
God,
then
please let it be near.
we're gonna wait another 40 days and we'll find out. We'll that's a for April announcement apparently. So you'll hear that one directly from Yoshi P on the floor. Hey.
Yay!
Okay. So then we're gonna get the final upgrade to the Phantom weapons. So, and I'm gonna be for real with you. These look gorgeous. We only got two examples. We got Dancer and we got Viper, and I'm hoping that we get like a full like showcase out of part two of this live letter because those fans look sick.
I love it.
I am so hype for those dancer weapons. I mean, they are gorgeous.
I want
Oh
both
my
the
god.
dancer and the Viper one that they showcase. And but yet
Oh, the
here
Viper was so good.
and yet here I am still trying to collect tomes.
Oh my god. Are you still in the candy pieces
Still.
level?
Yes, I'm still
Oh my
collecting candy.
god.
I'm still collecting candy. Trying to anyways. I'm still
Yeah, I
in
have a
that
friend who's
stage.
also still in that stage. So it's like the Demi Atma was one of those things that's like, I understand why you did it, but oh lord. Um it has been a sticking point for a lot of people. Okay, and so now we're gonna move on to Occult Crescent. Occult Crescent has been one of those things where, for me, I and I hate to say this because I love this game, but this has actually been a kind of a big disappointment for me. Occult Crescent was really fun at first, the first few weeks that I was in there, and there was a lot of people committed to it. And then as soon as we kind of like had people crack open the tower, Fort Tower, which is the big dungeon type setup there. Let's see, not having duels was kind of a disappointment because that was a really big fun point from Baja, the previous exploratory area. The fact that there's a apparently only looks like there's going to be what, two or three,
Something like that.
um, something like that. Uh, we're 7.5 is going to see the North Horn of the Occult Crescent. Story wise, this has been a very interesting area story wise, but mechanically, it has been kind of a letdown, and that is disappointing to me. Now, I am very interested from a story perspective, which I'm not going to go into, about the architecture that they showed in the screenshots from the um let's just say that architecture looks extremely similar to some architecture that you'll find in the Merchant's Tale,
Yeah.
which is also very similar to some architecture that shows up in some other places. So, lore hounds, be aware. You might want to find yourself wandering back into Occult Crescent to pick you up some more lore, especially before
Never.
8.0 drops. Yeah, it's like, you can't make
Never.
me. We are going to get new monsters. We're going to get new fates, new critical encounters. It's just the whole new area with new stuff. And then they did make some changes to the way that the new Fort Tower is going to work. Is the Fort Tower of Magic is going to have a normal mode and it's going to have an extreme mode. And the only thing that they haven't really made a lot of positive change to is you don't need 48 players to go in. It's a maximum of 48 players. So you can go into normal with a smaller amount of players and still be able to clear the content. However, if you want to do the extreme difficulty, you do still need to do um uh 12 or more players in 3 or more parties. So it's going to be slightly more accessible. I mean, they made some changes to it, but it's still and you're not going to need any items to get in, which is going to be the big thing that's going to be the huge improvement. You just have to be at the right place at the right time, which I don't know if that's much better, but it's better at
In our
least.
server?
Yeah. Fortunately, this is content where you can go to other servers and you can do it. You don't have to
Yeah.
be on your home server to do it.
No, 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 I know.
Yeah. So that's helpful. Um, okay, now we're going to talk about the class in the corner, the thing that everybody has been going on and on and on and on and on about since it was mentioned, however long ago it was mentioned. New limited job, a Beastmaster.
Yay!
Okay, so Beastmaster is coming in 7.5. I'm going to be for real with you. I don't know if this would be content that I'm excited for, but I can certainly understand who is going to be excited for this. For instance, my wife, all over this.
Me.
Anybody who, you all over this. So Beastmaster is extremely Monster Hunter coded. So if Monster Hunter is a game that you enjoy, this is going to be a job that you're gonna feel the crossover vibes. You're gonna feel it.
Nice. I cannot wait because as much as I like Blue Mage and try to collect the spells and everything, at a certain point I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. I love the collection aspect of it.
I
Being
do
able to
too.
go around and get all of the different monsters and be able to collect them and then maybe even like try to grow them a little bit. But as much I am a occasional Pokemon type of enjoyer. I am not someone who's just like I gotta go catch them all ever. That has never been my vibe. So, but the base for it is that as Blue Mage is ranged DPS, base Beastmaster is melee DPS. The Your weapon is a one-handed axe. Starting level is going to be 1, and then it's going to go to level 50. The job quests will be available upon the release, so you can immediately go and grab them.
As long as you
Um,
have Dawntrail.
right, you do have to have Dawntrail registered to your account, and you have to have completed the 2.0 main scenario quest. So you have to have completed ARR, and you have to own Dawntrail.
Yes.
You'll also have to have a Disciple of War or Magic level 50 or above to go and pick it up
Well, it's a
to
good thing
unlock
we
it.
have that all covered.
Right? All right. So, and I've proven that you can, in fact, at least get through ARR in about 6 weeks maximum if you absolutely need to. So, honestly, I've been going back through playing another my alt character. I don't play alts, but I've decided to try and do one to stave off some of the burnout of playing Violet. And my bunny character, and I created a Lalafell. He's a lot of fun, and just being able to go back and limit yourself to the things that you just want to do and not having to feel like you have to do everything is actually a huge burnout stave off. Like it will absolutely help you immensely. I've
Oh, I
seen
know.
that basically narrowing your field of view will actually help a lot rather than feeling like you're overwhelmed with everything.
So
However,
I also been playing my alt, which is also a Lalafell, and I DM you the other day saying
right?
going going through MSQ as a Lala is funny as hell.
It really is, like, you can't even see over the desk half the time, it's hilarious. But the thing that I have noticed, though, is that ARR is actually not that bad. It feels like any other, like, adventure story, and you're fine. It's when you get to the post patches that it's annoying as hell. Um, that's where it started to get to the point for me where I was just like, "Ah, I don't know."
Yeah,
And then I got to
AR
Heavensward, and it was better.
yeah, AR post was a struggle to get through.
Yeah, for real, for real.
And
Alright, so, the way that it's gonna work is you're gonna go out into the world, and it's mostly overworld based. You're gonna capture beasts. They're gonna you have to weaken them, so, of course, you fight them, weaken them to a certain point, and then you can add them in to your bestiary, at which point when you are and this is where I I'm really interested in it, is that it's you can capture different beasts. You can then choose one to kind of walk around in the world with, which is kind of cool. Your bestiary is, of course, just like your Blue Mage spell book. It's the thing you want to, fill up. There's a way for you to go through and show them off. You can also They have designed it so you can capture all of these mobs solo, so you don't actually have to have a bunch of people. This is mostly designed as solo content, which is for me kind of where I tap out. I really am much more engaged in the group content
yeah.
in Final Fantasy XIV. Solo content's nice. I don't mind it, obviously. I mean, I've gotten my Blue Mage up to, pretty significant point, and I've done a lot of stuff in this game solo. But I have recently explored the joy of friends and playing game together. So that's kind of where I'm always looking, is wanting to see how I can play with other people. But if you are a solo content enjoyer, Beastmaster is going to be a lot of fun for you.
Oh, I'm gonna spend a lot of time in Beastmasters just so I'm gonna enjoy it, learn more about it, and see
Yeah,
like you trying to see if I can do this in a group and whatnot. Because
right.
I feel like there's gotta be a way. You can't just like say that this class is solely gonna be a solo type class, but without any interaction with anyone else. That just
Right.
there's got to be some interaction in some shape or form.
Well, we'll find out, but I have okay, so here's where I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on, conspiracy theorist, full blown. Here we go. So, one of the things that they talk about this being unique to Beastmaster is that you can go back and do there's a completely new battle system that has been developed specifically for Beastmaster. Now, I'm not certain if this is in fact like from the dungeon, but my assumption would be that you can have, because it says you can have up to 3 beasts that can accompany you at a time using their abilities and actions to fight alongside you, that what if one of the reasons why we have been seeing all of these older dungeons, specifically the ones between 1 and 50, being modified for being able to be done with duty support is not just for people who don't want to fight through queues, but also to make it viable for the Beastmaster system. So you've got your 3 NPC beasts that get to travel along with you to go through these different dungeons.
See, now that makes a lot more sense than what they've been
Doesn't
leading
it?
up on. Yeah, so I like that a lot. If they are modifying
Mhm.
a lot of the older dungeons for Beastmaster, then I'm all for
Yep.
that. Um,
N Now they've also got unique content that has been developed specifically for Beastmaster. So there's basically a gauntlet, and that's how you take your beast through what's being called the Crucible of the Unbroken, which is the most Monster Hunter thing I've ever heard. Um and you overcome its challenges together. So that's how you're going to be able to grow and expand your beast's abilities. There's going to be apparently lots of rewards because, of course, like even for Blue Mage, we have things like triple triad cards, and we have glam items, and we have all of those things that are available. So we're going to get a replay of that. For those who are fans of the fight content in Final Fantasy XIV, the person who is responsible for most of that is Mr. Ozma, and apparently he has been in charge of and has put most of the time into developing Beastmaster and all of its mechanics and mechanical interactions.
that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to learn.
Yeah.
Ooh, especially coming from Monster Hunter and then bringing some of that experience over to Final Fantasy 14. Ooh, that's gonna be
It's
really
it
interesting
looks
to
like
find out.
it is one of those things where it's like, I will admit, like, I'm on the fence about it. Like, I don't wanna get too hype or unhype about it because I'm like, "This could be fun," or it could wind up being another, like, collection slog, kind of like Blue Mage was for me in the very beginning. I didn't actually enjoy it all that much for the first year
Yeah,
that I had, Blue Mage unlocked, and it wasn't until I discovered how to integrate Blue Mage into group content, that the solo content wound up being something that I wanted to tackle. Um, the thing is that for all of the Blue Mage enjoyers out of there, by the way, as an aside, apparently, we got our updates pushed back. Yeah,
yeah.
because they spent so much time on Beastmaster. So yeah, there's been a little bit of a crash out in the the Blue Mage community. They're just like, "What? No." So,
Whoopsie.
but there will be an update, and we will get to see new spells and new stuff. I don't know how extensive it's going to be. I'm not holding out a lot of hope for it, but it's okay. Honestly, Blue Mage is one of those things where it's like I want to do more with it, but there's such like a high barrier to entry for a lot of people to be able to kind of like leap off that edge. And it's the guides are all over the place because quite frankly, it is chaos incarnate. You
Hmm.
can literally you just build your own way that you feel comfortable playing the job. And that can feel very overwhelming to a lot of people. Beastmaster feels like it's going to be again another very dedicated single player solo content for the most part, and then it's eventually going to like maybe expand into maybe we'll see Beastmaster raids or something like that. That might be fun.
Or have like raids where you can bring either your Beastmaster and Blue Mage.
That I will be honest with you, that sounds exciting to me. But yeah, they admitted fully that they prioritized Beastmaster to be able to complete it so it could come out on 7.5. So if you are a Blue Mage enjoyer and you were desperately hoping for your updates and you don't care very much about Beastmaster, I'm very sorry you got minorly hosed on this one.
You get nothing. You lose.
Or at least for another 6 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll be okay. We will survive. We do have a lot of content. Let's see. So there's also moving on from Beastmaster because at this point we don't really know a whole lot. I did get to see the translation of what the bestiary looks like, and it is very cool because it looks like there's going to be like a base ability that your monster has, and then it's going to have abilities that it can grow into and abilities that it can get for other things. I don't know how it's going to work together. Obviously, they haven't given us any details on that, but it looks like it's going to be a fascinating system. And as far as like at least the going out and hunting down mobs and being able to collect animals, I'm down for that. That sounds like fun.
Oh, it does. Because okay, I know we're a Final Fantasy podcast, but we also came from playing World of Warcraft as well, and as playing as a hunter in World of Warcraft, one of the things that you could do there is the ability to tame wild creatures out in the wild. And if this is anything
Right.
similar to this,
It's not
it,
gonna be
well,
it's the only thing that's gonna be similar is probably going to be the capturing animals, but
yeah.
otherwise it's gonna be very different.
Oh, I know. But if it has that same feeling of just going out in the wild, I'm like, okay, I want this particular
Mhm,
beast in my in on my team. I'm gonna go out and quote unquote hunt for it and capture it. That part really excites me because it's like I remember my
mhm.
team that I had a gorilla at all time, a raptor, and a wolf at all time.
I was a cat bear. I liked cats and I liked the bears, and then I had, like, a couple of specialty things that you could only get if you grabbed them from quests.
Yes.
I think they were, like, the winged serpents or something like that. Those were fun. I never played a hunter to max level, so I may not be the person to judge from all this, but it does look like I have some interest. It's there the interest meter is not at 0. It's at like 4 or 5 right now.
I mean, okay, understandable. Yeah, mine is at
All
a
right.
9.
Yeah, I kind of figured yours would be a lot. My wife was just like, "Oh, Beastmaster." I was talking with a friend earlier who's in my FC who his response was I like that, and then I would explain another part of it and he's like I don't know if I like that. And so it's like it's going kind of up and down. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm
Um
really interested to learn more. Hopefully at FanFest. But
right.
yeah, just I'm really excited. I'm
Well,
so excited
hopefully
for
we'll
this.
learn before FanFest because that's when part 2 of this is going to come
Well,
out.
true.
So, ocean fishing update. We are actually getting an ocean fishing update for all those fishing fans out there. We're going to get a new route, Favnair. I hope it winds up being more popular than the Ruby route because the Ruby route has been dissed entirely since it came out. So, we'll see how
I mean,
that
it's
goes.
not it's not so bad.
I like it,
right?
okay? I like the ruby route.
I
I
do
know
too.
it's shrimp heavy, but I like it. Um, I'm really looking forward to Thavnir. The pictures that they put up of it, it looks very pretty. I like the backgrounds and everything, and I've always liked the Thavnarian area. I think it was very well done.
So in
The
one of the screenshots
mhm.
on there, right? Does that look like our island sanctuary? Sort of
It
looks
does
like it.
kinda, doesn't it?
It
Doesn't it look a
does.
little bit like an island sanctuary? Oh my god. If they're gonna have ocean fishing outside of my island sanctuary and they're not gonna let me fish there, I'm gonna be so mad.
I same. But like when I first saw the picture, I was like, why does that look like my island?
Right? Why you going to my island? I didn't give you permission. Um,
You trespassing. You
you
trespassing at this
stealing
point.
my fish. All right, so now we're gonna see cosmic exploration. We're going to the star Oesia, I think is what they called it, Oesia.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not a barren planet. It's actually a lush green paradise. So, looking forward to that. That one's going to be interesting.
It does. I've spent so less time in cosmic exploration at this point.
Yeah,
I
same.
do
I
I do need to go back. I do.
I
Seriously
keep
do.
going back every now and then, but like it's one of those things where again, the group content kind of has in it, and technically it's mostly solo content. So group content's kind of got me by the throat right now, and I'm
Yeah.
having a hard time kind of pulling away. Not a bad thing though. Very
No.
much enjoying hanging with my homies in Final Fantasy XIV. It's a good time.
Always a good time.
Um, speaking of more multiplayer content, apparently the gold saucer's getting an update, and they're working on more multiplayer content for the gold saucer.
Ooh.
Yeah, we can go
uh,
gambling together. Let's go
yes, we can.
gambling.
Yay! It's not like we've done
Oh,
anyways,
dang
but
it.
yay!
So, yeah, it's apparently going to come in 7.5x. We don't know which one yet. And but there's a reason why that they're waiting to announce details. They're sorry to keep us waiting, but they did want to let us know that we will start seeing more multiplayer content in the gold saucer.
Oh,
And I
thank
find that quite
goodness.
exciting. And then okay, now we're going to have the thing everybody's been waiting for. Housing. Drum roll please. Okay, we finally got our updates, and this is what we're gonna get. Small indoor furnishings is gonna go from 200 items to 300 items. Outdoor furnishings is gonna go from 20 to 40. So we are doubling our outside items for each level or each size of plot. So outdoor furnishings for small, 20 to 40. Outdoor furnishings for medium go from 30 to 60. Large is going to go from 40 to 80. And of course, we're going to get the same amount of expansion to the storage. So lots more space, even more than they were talking about. I am excited. Oh my goodness.
I am too, but the one
Um,
thing I'm hoping that they announce in at FanFest is let me float items in my
they
house.
are talking about doing a UI upgrade. We are talking they have mentioned that there will be a UI upgrade.
It's like,
They
please.
want to update the housing UI. However, they don't have any details on that yet. So, we're really just getting like the more details at a later day sort of
Yeah.
business with this, which I'm like, all right, well, don't break the game, but like floating item sucks. Okay,
Yeah.
so small's gonna go from 200 to 300, medium's gonna go from 300 to 450 for indoor placement. Large, for those people out there lucky enough to have one of the 50 larges on a data center, get go from 400 to 600. Private chambers and apartments are both going to see upgrades of 50 items. So it's going to go from 100 to 150. Um that's good because right now both of my apartment and my private room are both just storage rooms. Um so and yes, I have both. Shut up. Um the other thing they talked about that is gonna be cool is that, they managed finally to get the interior change working that he'd been talking about to make your small house have a large interior. But that will be the next update,
Yeah.
not this time. So it's gonna happen. They got it to work, y'all. We're gonna be able to take our little tiny houses that we're finally able to buy through the lottery, and we're gonna be able to turn them into the TARDISes of our dreams. So they also gave us not just the white room, which I mean, okay, for real, that all white interior was I the only one that was getting some sort of weird flashbacks? It's like
No, you're not the
all
only
white
one.
room.
You walk in and
You
you're
know what
like,
I'm saying?
am I in the
I need to
Matrix?
go. I need to go right now.
I don't remember
This
taking
looks
the red or blue
terrifying.
pill. What is this?
Right? Okay, so we're getting a dark version of it. So now you can choose to either be in the all white and birch room, or you can be in a dark room with darker wood, which is nice. Um, so that's and that pretty much ends a lot of it. We've already talked about the consolidated dies. We've already talked about a lot of that. And so yeah, basically that's the entirety of the live letter.
Yes.
I think that it's huge. We'll see how it comes down. We've still got a few things to talk about, Blue Mage. We've still got Ultimate. We've still got a few other things to kind of like come down the path. We haven't seen any game footage yet. It's all screenshots. It's all, other stuff. There has also been kind of a side announcement about being able to potentially turn your Warrior of Light into a figure. Yoshi was actually playing with a couple of figures that they had made at the beginning of the live letter. I'm gonna be for real with you. I especially with dealing with shipping stuff back and forth between Japan and so on and so forth, I think I'd probably rather go to somebody off of Etsy in America and maybe we'll see. Um, I don't want to talk about it in detail, but I think maybe that might be the move. However, they do also have brand new t-shirts. The t-shirts are cool looking.
They
So
do.
if y'all want to get your t-shirts before FanFest, I'd put it in order now. Or just save it and buy it as merch at FanFest, because all y'all going to FanFest.
That might be the play for me at this point.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
no,
Make
like
sure you're just like saving all those little pennies in a big pile. Take your giant pile
uh,
to Anaheim.
that's what I'm trying to do right now. Anyways, so like the whole figure thing, I'm hoping they give us a reasonable price point, and I'll be honest with you, like some of the statues that they released in the past, figure wise and whatnot. Don't hate me for saying this because I'm just gonna, I'm just speaking from the heart and whatnot. They have not been good. They-
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the only good ones that I've seen so far are like the really expensive one, which are the twins.
The
That's
Meister quality or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
like the twins. Those are really good, but
Yeah.
when we're talking about like some of the figures that came out in Endwalker,
Yeah.
the quality wise did not look good to me. So I'm
Well, I heard
hoping,
the from what I saw from like Mione and like a few other people who've done like YouTube fly around like videos of their Meister quality stuff. The Heidelin and Zodiark looked pretty good.
yeah,
The But yeah, do you have to buy the $350 quality or $500 or $600 quality for it to actually look good. The rest of them are kind of meh.
Yeah.
And personally, I don't have the budget for that, so I will stick with plushies. Thank you very much.
Because I think at one
But
point, I think World of Warcraft also tried that as well, if I remember correctly.
yes. Yes, they did. The all MMOs at some point hit that merch point where they're either creating keyboards, controllers, all of that stuff, but also like plushies. Look, I have a Murgle. I have a Murgle. What? I had to traumatize my kids somehow. Anyway, uh and then but no, I've been more of a plushie person. I do have my fair share of plushies from Final Fantasy XIV, but I don't know when's going to be the next time I'm going to really kind of invest in that, but um I'm kind of off the merch until things kind of get under control. But apparently there is new collab merch in Japan, so if you happen to be lucky enough to live in Japan, I would go check that out. There's also there's now a pop-up store for Final Fantasy XIV merch in Kyoto Station, as well as the online store. So there's that. We're also gonna get, of course, the primals is are heading to the United Kingdom for the legendary download festival this June. So if you are into the primals and you are happen to be in the UK, that might be a very cool festival to go and check out. I've heard a lot of really good things about download. Um but yeah, like 7.5 just feels like it's quality of life packed. We're going to have tons of content. I don't know how they're spreading it out right now though. So we'll see. We'll hopefully get more details in the next few weeks.
I do too, because they have released their tentative schedule, because it seems like it's just not like some of the later dates are not set in stone. Like the only
Well,
one that's like
obviously not,
yeah, but like
because it's dependent upon development time. We all know that.
we know that.
Um,
But at the same time though, it's like, okay, how are we gonna be approaching approaching the 8.0 story wise? What new things are we gonna be looking forward to? Some of the enhancements to some of the current stuff and whatnot. So looking forward to it. I'm really excited for it. Because right now, like, some of us has been in a burnout phase at this point. And so uh
I
yeah,
mean,
I'm
it's just one of and the thing is that the burnout phase, to kind of like pick up where we did with the last podcast. The burnout phase has been interesting for me because it's not like I'm burnt out on the game entirely. It's more that I'm just burnt out on all of the things that are happening while at the same time trying to keep up with the game.
yeah.
And one of the things that I found really did help a lot was just removing a lot of the expectation and the necessity of stuff, and just going back and playing something from the beginning again, where I didn't have raid times or have the expectation of having to play. You don't realize how much you miss your sprout until it's gone.
Right.
And people like you think you're so proud, you're so big and you're bad. You put your mentor crown on and you go out there and you try to help some people, and then very shortly after doing that, I don't know about everybody's experience, but my experience was I just want to sprout. I don't want no one to expect nothing of me.
So on my sprout, just recently did a dungeon in Heavensward. You can probably guess which one it was recently, and like I had someone tell me to put my tank stance on, even though I turned it on prior into entering it. But for some odd
Right.
reason, for that particular one, they turn it off automatically, and I have no idea why. They need to fix that. It's been
Oh,
years.
it's just been the way that it works. It's just always the way that it works.
It's
That's why you have
so
my very first thing I do.
dumb.
I'm tank main, so I'm like turn on the tank stance.
But
But
anyways,
even still, like they let you get away with it.
I know
Nobody
because I
got
had a
mad at you for
because I was a sprout.
it. All hell sproutiness.
Sprouts forever.
Like, right?
Uh, so you know. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give Square Enix $1 million product right now. You know what would really sell back in
Yeah.
back in when I was going into like E3 and all these other gaming conventions and whatnot. The one thing that EA was giving away at those conventions was that little green diamond over your head for the Sims, right?
Yes. Yes. I think they've
You
tried this a couple of times, but they didn't do it very good quality. I need to make like sprout thing. I think it would sell like hotcakes. I
yes,
think people would absolutely love it.
you sell a Sprout headband, people will buy that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun, but I think I got to get back to the void, man.
Yeah, I need to do some IRL stuff and get back into the void too. So, I mean,
All right. I will see you later. Thanks so much for listening.
may,
Bye.
may all your etherite travels be free.